Now, I know y'all couldn't wait. Canelo Alvarez, yes, out of the Eddie Reynoso gym with all that's going on with Oscar Valdez and the herbal tea, Canelo has finally responded to the Oscar Valdez situation. That was just a clip that his team posted earlier today. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Before I get started, I need everybody to share the video and throw up a like. Leave me a comment too. A couple steps. Throw a like. It encourages the video to get out so others who are looking for all things boxing, some UFC, they can find the video. Now, Oscar Valdez, he's currently in the hot seat. Check some of my past content. He tested positive for a banned substance on the VADA list. VADA does not differentiate in between in and out of competition. It's one and the same. He tested and signed under VADA rules with the WBC Clean Boxing Program. He's in Canelo's gym, San Diego, Eddie Reynoso gym, and many people were wondering what Canelo had to say about that. Boom. According to Oscar Valdez, it says, Oscar Valdez on his advice from Canelo, quote, "Everybody saw my face when they told me that I came back positive," meaning he failed, like I just told you, with phentermine. Canelo, he walks up to me and tells me, quote, "Everything's going to be all right. The truth is going to come out. We all know the way you work. We all know that you're a clean fighter." And this was in a Oscar Valdez exclusive with ESPN. Now, I haven't even looked through the comments, but there's a couple of problems. There's a couple of problems with that. He says, we all know the way you work, and we all know that you're a clean fighter. Valdez's team keeps stressing this whole, I'm a clean fighter, I never would take drugs. But there's murderers who have been convicted and they're tied to DNA evidence, and they still won't tell the authorities where the body's at. And they still maintain their innocence despite compelling evidence against them. So the trouble is with this statement from Canelo Alvarez is you're saying this, Valdez is saying this, his story seems sketch, and the reality of the situation is he failed a drug test. Any way you slice it, he failed a drug test. And he says he does not know how the drugs got in his system. So Canelo's saying, hey, we know how you work and we know you're not like that. You're a clean fighter. Another issue is Canelo, payday. You want payday. I know that. He himself has failed a drug test for clenbuterol. Both situations, the WBC and the commissions and stuff were extremely lenient, and the WBC ended up changing the rules. So that looks rather sketch. So I tweeted this. I said, laughing my off at Canelo, who failed a drug test, giving Oscar Valdez, who just failed a drug test as well, reassurance that he's a clean fighter. To me, that reminds me of this Spider-Man meme where, I mean, he's giving you reassurance on how to deal with it, but he's been through that whole situation, and, you know, it's just never a good look. Failing a drug test, kids, is never a good look, especially in a sport. Now, I've made several videos about this. You have people like Angel Mimo Heredia. He says, Oscar, he says he didn't know where it came from. He must do these steps to prove his involuntary case. 1, send his supplements to be analyzed for phentermine residue. 2, send his, quote, tea to be analyzed for phentermine. 3, analyze his hair in a specialized lab and test follicles from 3 months back. So if he wants to clear his name, you got people, PED supplement specialists, who are saying that's the only way you can exonerate yourself for real. I know boxing and the WBC and the Pasquale tribe and stuff, they're trying to sweep this under the rug, top rank. They want you to forget about it. 77 NGs per milliliter. Urinary concentrations are way too high. Hair testing has a threshold allowed in MCG per cm. So if a hair sample tests positive, it's likely due to continuous phentermine intake. If accidental or cross-contamination, the hair sample will come up negative. So we know that Oscar Valdez, he's saying he doesn't know how it got in this test, but they won't show you the tea that he used. They won't tell you where they got it. And we're just supposed to take his word. And then now Canelo's jumping in the mix, weighing in and saying, hey, we know how you work. But that's your own personal gym. What about the rest of the world? The rest of the world, as we see it from the outside looking in, phentermine is on the VADA list, as I'm showing you. This is the list of stimulants that are all banned and prohibited. This is under VADA rules. He signed up for VADA rules, right? These are the commission that he's under, the Arizona Commission. This is their rules. If the drug screens indicate the presence within the athlete of a controlled substance, a stimulant, also known as phentermine, is listed as a controlled substance, which is why you need a prescription from a medical clinic or weight loss clinic or a doctor to get this. And some doctors, I've done a lot of research on this since this came out, some doctors are very hesitant because of the power of this drug. It's habit forming, and they want to monitor your results. And it's an aggressive approach. Some doctors, they like err on the side of caution when it comes to things like this, because you can really lose a lot of weight, and you just need to be monitored. It says if the athlete refuses a test, which he didn't, he did the test, but still he had the controlled substance. So any way you slice it, no matter what Canelo says, what Eddie Reynoso says, oh, everybody saw my face, and they're trying to play the sympathy card. But at the end of the day, you have a substance in your system that under the rules you signed up for, VADA, as I keep showing you, you failed. I see a lot of the naysayers, detractors, and racist fans and stuff. They're saying, oh, but what about this guy failed? This guy failed. What does this have to do with the current situation of Oscar Valdez? Imagine if the world worked like that, like you're in court for murdering a ex-girlfriend, and then your defense is, oh, but O.J. Simpson, what about O.J.? What does O.J. Simpson, in a case that happened in the 90s, have to do in 2021 with your case and what you're being tried for and the details of your case and the evidence being leveraged or presented against you? Valdez is saying that, oh, he felt bad and, things like that. And it looks like he's trying to get sympathy. Oh, Canelo, he said this. Canelo can't save you. What is Canelo? He says, I'm not a cheater, never have been, right? Oscar Valdez, quote, I am responsible for what I should have been taking, but I don't know how that got into my system. If there's anyone there who doubts it, well, I'm sorry, but I could truly say nothing intentional was done. I'm not a cheater, never will be, right? Look at the first comment. Sounds like Billy Joe Saunders and Tyson Fury after they failed PED tests. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you failed. And we haven't even heard him say, I'm sorry. That's a big thing, because they don't want him to tether his name to it and attach his name to, I guess, the guilt of it. So he hasn't even said that. You see right here, Oscar Valdez, I've never been as hurt as this before. Being discredited is one of the worst feelings. I just came out of a great victory. The guys loved me back then. Yeah, because you came out clean in your tests. And now you're calling me a cheater when you guys don't really know the facts. So with that statement, I can't take that. I can't take that. He says we don't know the facts, right? But these are what he's telling us. So how are we supposed to know, as outsiders looking in, outside of the obvious, you failed with a banned substance per the commission, per VADA rules, per the WBC clean boxing program, and this is what you're saying. Roll the clip.
Oscar, you tested positive for phentermine, a stimulant prohibited by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. You don't have a prescription, do you?
No, I don't have no prescription.
How did it happen?
What I can say is that I'm a 100% clean fighter. I don't know how that got into my body. I know every fighter is responsible for whatever they consume. But on behalf of myself, I have no clear answer how that got into my body. I've always been and I will always be a clean fighter, so I have no serious question on how that got into my body.
So Oscar Valdez and team and Canelo and whoever, they're faulting people, and Valdez is saying, and now you're calling me a cheater when you guys really don't know the real facts. You don't know the real facts. You said it's herbal tea, and then you say you don't know what it is, and you didn't do anything but get off coffee, and you think it might be herbal tea. So how can one not apologize, not be punished, not be stripped, and it's in your system, and you don't know the facts, and then you're mad at the fans for not knowing the facts? It's over. Tape this up. Let me know how I did. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. That's Canelo's reaction and my reaction to Canelo's reaction. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is an awesome browser extension to help you make some money on YouTube. Optimize your content so you can do just that like I've done. Use my link in the description for TUBEBUDDY. It's really all I got to say. That's Canelo's reaction, and that's my reaction to Canelo's reaction. Pay, subscribe. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.